Good day everyone. Today our group will discuss a continuation of our topic, Colbert Stages of Moral Development. This lesson focuses on how our sense of right and wrong develop as we mature. It is called the development of conscience-based morality. Moral decision. So according to Colbert, our conscience becomes fully matured at the post-conventional level. Dito na pumapasok yung decision based on personal morals and universal values, not just the rules or what people expect. Then si Panizo, in 1964, says that conscience is basically your brain making a judgment. What is good that you should do and what is bad that you should avoid. Parang it's your built-in moral Siri or Google Maps, guiding you where to go in life. For example, your friend invites you to cheat on an exam. Your conscience says, hala, that's wrong. You know you can do better. If you follow that voice, that's conscience. Kahit minsan mali ang conscience, like when you judge someone wrongly, morally wrong pa rin yun if you act against it. Dahil you acted against what you believe was right. And metaphorically, conscience is like the inner voice of God daw. The tiny voice whispering, uy, tama ba yan? Conscience according to natural law tradition. On this slide, Conscience from the Natural Law Perspective by Birch 2012. First, conscience is reason-based, meaning it's not just about feelings, it's about thinking clearly and using logic. For example, on feeling-based, bad trip ako sa'yo so I'll ignore you. On the other side, on reason-based, which is conscience, pero wait, ignoring you is unfair and unkind. It won't help anyone. So conscience help you think about actions that promote human flourishing. In simple terms, action that help people grow and live better. Another example, choosing to be honest kahit nakakahiya because you know honesty builds trust and respect. Lastly, conscience can come with guilt, but guilt is just the emotion. The conscience itself is the rational part, the thinking part behind the guilt. For example, if you accidentally hurt someone's feeling, you might feel guilty. But your conscience is the one telling you, hey, you should apologize. It's the right thing to do. So basically, conscience isn't just about a random feeling or a vibe. It's something that grows as we mature. It uses our brain to tell us what's good and help us choose actions that are better for us and for others. In short, conscience is our personal moral compass. The clearer it points, the wiser a decision becomes.
Formation conscience. The core idea is that your inner sense right and wrong. Conscience needs work to reliable. You have to form it carefully throughout your life. You shouldn't just follow whatever that inner voice tells you without ensuring it's well informed. This is how to form a sound conscience. The first one is seek truth sincerely. Actively and honestly look what a truly moral and right. The next two is integrity and honesty. Be truthful with yourself, others, and their pursuit. The next is learn the rules. Understand moral norms and reasons behind them. The next is seek guidance. Get help from reliable sources such as church for Christians or people who make sound moral judgments. The next is continuous learning. Keep educating yourself through study, reading, and inquiry. The last one is act prudence. Apply good, right reasoning to your action in the real world. Widening consciousness. The path of moral growth, the central idea is that an individual's moral awareness is not static. It grows over time. This growth moves expanding circle of concern. Beginning stages. A person initially focuses primarily on their immediate family and their clan and community. In these early stages, moral standards usually apply only on those within their immediate group. Wider growth, as a person matures, their awareness expands to include their town, region, and nation, and eventually the global community. Moving on, wider consciousness or wider standard. Wider consciousness or wider moral standard. This means that as you care about more people and groups, the rules you live by your moral standard must also expand. You can no longer just apply standard that only work for your family. You need standard that work for everyone. Moral maturity. Moral maturity means for universal human good. The ultimate goal is growth is moral maturity. A morally mature person is someone who makes decisions based on what is the best for all human beings everywhere. Universal human good rather than just what is the best themselves, their family, or their country.
So Heinz' Dilemma is a moral thought experiment about a husband, Heinz, whose wife is dying from cancer. He can't afford a life-saving drug from a local pharmacist who is charging 10 times the cost to make it. The dilemma is whether Heinz should steal the drug to save his wife, prompting a discussion on whether the law or human life is more important. The scenario is famous for its use by psychologist Lawrence Kohlberg to study stages of moral development where the justification for a decision is considered more significant than the decision itself. So for application of 6 stages of moral development using Heinz' dilemma as an example, we have stage 1, which is obedience. Should Heinz not steal the medicine because he will consequently be put in prison, which will mean he is a bad person? And stage 2 for self-interest. Should he steal the medicine because he will be much happier if he save his wife, even if he will have to serve a prison sentence? Stage 3, the good boy or relationship. Should Heinz steal the medicine because his wife expects it and he wants to be a good husband? Stage 4, law and order. Heinz should not steal the medicine because the law prohibits stealing, making it illegal. Then we have stage 5, social contract. Should he steal the medicine because saving a human life is a more fundamental value than the property rights of another person? And last, stage 6, universal ethics. Heinz should not steal the medicine because others may need the medicine just as badly and their lives are equally significant. So here is another example. It is why students cheat or don't cheat by stages. And stage number 1, maybe students don't cheat because teacher will punish them. And stage 2, maybe they cheat so they can pass and benefit themselves. In stage 3, maybe they don't cheat because they want teachers to see them as good. Stage 4, they don't cheat because school rules prohibit it. Cheat? No. Fairness ensures equal opportunity for all. And last, stage 6, they don't cheat because honesty is a universal moral value. How can we help students reach highest moral stages? So to help students reach highest moral stages, we have to teach ethical reasoning, not just rules, encourage critical thinking and moral dialogue, expose students to universal ethical principles, model moral integrity in teachers, and promote reflection on real-life moral dilemmas.
Next, Jesus Christ and Coleridge. Jesus acted based on universal ethical principle and love. It aligns with post-conventional stage 6. Jesus consistently acted based on universal love, compassion, justice, and self-sacrifice. His decisions were guided not by rules or fear of punishment, but by what is morally right for all humanity.
The last topic is key takeaways. William K. He has 3 stages: amoral, pre-amoral, and moral or autonomous. In amoral,
Our child has no clear sense of right or wrong. Next, pre-moral stage, where behavior is guided mainly by rewards, punishment, or authority figures. And lastly, The moral stage or autonomous stage, where they can make independent moral judgment using their own principles and conscience. Next, Coleridge, the 6 stages across 3 levels, the pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. The pre-conventional focuses on punishment and gaining rewards. The conventional level centers on social approval and following rules, while the post-conventional emphasizes justice, rights, and universal ethical principles. Next, moral maturity, acting based on universal principle, not fear or punishment or social approval. Moral maturity means that a person's decision comes from a deep ethical principles rather than external pressure. It involves choosing what is right even when it's difficult or against expected norms. Next, conscience develops through truth-seeking, integrity, education, prudence, and guidance. A well-formed conscience does not happen automatically. It grows through constant learning and searching for truth. Prudence helps individuals judge situation carefully so they can choose what is genuinely good. Lastly, true moral growth, ability to act from internal moral conviction. True moral growth shows when a person's actions are driven by inner values, not by pressure, fear, or external rewards. It means that the individual understands why something is right and chooses it freely and consistently. This internal conviction leads to responsible, ethical behavior even when no one else is watching. And that's the report of Group 2. Thank you!